people? Welcome to a new episode of the Pulling These Podcast, where we take a trip to Smack City and talk about some pop culture right afterwards. I'm your host, Big L. With me, as always,
It's for Diablo.
And it's me, it's DJ Eddie B.
Pouchy, 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 wicked wow.
yeah.
Yeah,
All right, fellas.
cue music.
I'll try to
You
remember.
hear music; it'll be added in later on, guys.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I always do that in the editing. I always put the scratching DJ sound on there.
Yeah.
Do you add it from the assets folder in the drive?
Yeah, that's where I got it from. That's where I got that wet fart for the Amanda Heard.
Nice.
I was like, messy fart. I was like, oh yeah. Perfect for this little ad of ours. Well, fellas, there's been a lot going on in the world.
Oof.
By the time this
Major
podcast comes
events.
out, yeah. By the time this podcast comes out, it's probably gonna be old news by now. But
Major events
yeah,
reshaping
Oscars,
history.
man.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching the Oscars on Sunday and just like I'm only pissed off because they fucked up. We don't talk about Bruno. But
Yeah, it's it.
How did they fuck it up?
Oh,
So like, I was excited because it was like, so first off, they were like, they're gonna perform. This is how it was, right? They were like, we're gonna perform. They're gonna perform. We're gonna talk about Bruno, and then like they're like, oh, blah blah blah, from the song Encanto, Dos Oreguitas. So I was like, wait, I thought it was we gonna talk about Bruno, but oh, it's okay. I love the song, and it's like a really nice performance. So then eventually, so I remember thinking like, oh, so it's not they're not doing we don't talk about Bruno. Then later on, they're like, oh, performing from Encanto, we don't talk about Bruno. So I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. So like I was excited to see the whole like how they're gonna play that out, like because it's like 9 people in the song, you know what I mean? Like in 9 different parts in the shit, you know? So like, they do this whole little intro and then out of nowhere Meg the Stallion comes out and starts rapping.
yeah.
And like
Stallion?
it just she's like some new female rapper.
It's because she's thick like a stallion.
Yeah.
She has muscular legs.
No, just thick. Big, thick thighs.
I'll take
Yeah.
like Chung Lee thick.
She's there.
Okay. That's
She's
good.
there. Yeah, she's
Like,
why the fuck she came out for that song?
yeah.
I'm confused by it.
Yeah, and of course everybody was like, I loved it. It was great. And it was like, nobody loved it. Shut up.
Charlemagne the God was like that. His 6-year-old hated it.
I know Bruno still
They
hated it.
messed up the song.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you just have one song to do right, and that was like the song that everybody was looking forward to and shit.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he still managed to fuck it up.
Mm-hmm.
It was sad, but no, there was something worse than that happened afterwards.
There was something else. I'm trying to guess one of the worst things. Amy Schumer was one of the hosts.
Oh, that was awful. Her Spider-Man outfit?
Yeah.
You know the rumor that that's the Spider-Man from the Morbius universe?
It'll make sense with Sony. That'll be Amy Schumer.
Come on, Morbius!
Let's fight.
I always thought Amy Schumer was awful.
Yeah, there was a time she was
Her
funny.
thing was that she was like the okay looking comedian. I was like, oh, she's on the eyes.
Yeah, but then it just went she went overboard.
Yeah, it was like, you had it. She just went.
Yeah.
She made all the wrong mistakes. I don't know. It was just like they just put like people that were just available, I guess, to host.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you really don't hear about Wanda Sykes like that. Amy Schumer was like another one like that. What is this fucking 2008 and shit?
Yeah.
And that Regina
Hall.
Yeah. Well, she was funny. I like her in the scary movies.
Yeah.
Pretty funny in those.
Who's Regina?
But yeah, it was that, and it was that when Encanto won like the best animated film. They played Marcanthony.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
They
like
played one of the songs from the movie. They played a random ass song from Mark Anthony, like his last hit. I think I forgot the name of it.
It was like I forgot. I can't think of the song right now, but I know what you're talking about. It was, but they also did that with So when that girl that singer
Yeah.
and then the guy from what is it what's the movie with the black guy that that he that he gets trapped in like this white people that whatever the Jordan Peele movie. What's the name of the movie? I can't think of it. Not Us.
They
Get out.
Get Out. The guy from Get Out, right? That guy, and then the singer her. They come out and then they start playing Toto's Africa. So it's like these are the songs were like stereotypical like racist shit. Like it was like what? Why? You mean like it's encanto? So it's like just pick any fucking random Spanish song. It doesn't matter which one. It's just a Spanish song.
But Mark Anthony's not Colombian, Puerto Rican. It doesn't matter.
Like potato, tomato.
They understand what he's saying.
Exactly. They all look alike to me.
They're all Mexican.
We got the light Mexicans, we got the dark Mexicans, but they Mexicans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All Mexicans.
We got the Dominican Mexicans, we have the Puerto Rican Mexicans, we have the Colombian Mexicans, Ecuadorian Mexicans. They're all Mexicans. They all speak Mexican.
We're just joking, guys. I know some in South America.
Oh yeah, words are violent now.
Yeah.
Words are violence.
Apparently so. Apparently you can't joke about Jada Pinkett.
Or like that joke was even that. Like, how was that joke? I'm trying to still figure out how that joke is disrespectful.
Yeah.
First off, that joke was corny.
Yeah,
it was corny as fuck.
It was corny as fuck joke. It was just like the funny thing was that it wasn't written. Like he just freestyled that. He just improv that shit, and I was like, oh. I'm like, you could tell he's like 57 years old. The fucking
yeah. All of that should have ended with Jada Pinkett's face, and that was it.
Yo, because like her face was like most of us after hearing that joke. Like, yeah, that shit was mad corny.
Yeah. Like, as far as that corny joke goes, I'm on Jada Pinkett's side. That shit was corny. That was whack. Shut up, Chris Rock.
You would have rolled your eyes too.
Yeah, I would have rolled my eyes. That shit was corny. I would have been on Mr. Clean's side. Fuck that.
Fred, I would have been like, yo, someone should get up there and smack him for that corny joke.
Somebody should smack him. Go get him, Willie.
Big Willie style.
I'll be sitting next to Jada Pinkett slapping her head. Get him, Will!
Yeah. Back it. Yo, but that was wild. Like, I think Ernie was the one that, like, when I saw Ernie's post on Facebook, I'm like, what the fuck happened now? Like, what did Will Smith do to her?
I saw his text message and he was like, fuck Will Smith. I was like, God damn, why?
Yo, so I gotta admit, right? I was mayor of Smack City that night. So, you know what I mean? I don't let my emotions. I try not to let my emotions get to me, but that got to me.
Yeah,
I was so mad.
Hey, I was working traffic in Smack City that night too. All right. So when I saw a text message, I was like, "What's going on?" I woke up and I was like, "What's going on? Why is he saying fuck Will Smith? Holy shit!"
Like, what's going on?
I couldn't tell if it was a dream or not.
Yeah, because like so when it happened, like it was like I thought, you know, me personally, I thought the joke was like ha ha, you know, like funny, like it wasn't that great of a joke. It was just like ha, whatever. And like, you know, like I said, I was Smack City, whatever, you know. So it was just like and then I see him get up, and I automatically thought they were gonna do like a little like bit, you know, like a little That's what I feel, you know. And then out of nowhere, like when he hit him, I was like, oh, like it was like a fake slap, but like they made it look real. And then like when I saw that when he was like, yo, Will Smith just, and then everything just went like silent. I was like, yo, he really smacked him. Like, you're hearing some crazy shit right now. And then you just see him, and then I just see him going mouthing like, you know, keep my wife's name out your mouth, whatever. I was like, yo, what the fuck is happening? And then like Yeah, so I was out of it, man. I was just like, what the fuck? I was defending comedy.
I'm just imagining all this right now. What is going on?
They had it muted when Will Smith was yelling, so I thought he was saying, "Can you wipe my mouth?"
No, because like when Ernie told me what happened, and like I was like, all right, there's bound to be a video online somewhere, and I saw it. It was just like it was the uncensored version, so I was like, oh shit. But at first I was like, all right, it's just fake because like when after he smacked him, he's like walking back, he got like a little smirk on his face and shit like that, which makes it worse because like when you find out it's real, like oh this nigga is such a bitch, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this is like
That's him looking at Jada for approval.
yeah, he's like, you see what I did?
I did good.
See how I smacked him? Because that was like some fancy ass smack, bro. Like this is like that was like some straight Hollywood smack. That's why I didn't think that shit was real because it was just like, oh, that shit was like it's a bit they're doing right now. It's just like,
I feel like he didn't catch him that great. Like it wasn't like a good slap. Like it was more like a.
It didn't look like it hurt.
Yeah.
Nah, it's just like it was one of those slaps that was like it was way off, but it's like he still got like the sting of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like there was contact, there was a sting, but it didn't.
Yeah.
Hurt.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit! I think he was just like afterwards. He was just like shocked.
Yeah, he was like,
it's more like the shock of it that I was like, oh shit, Will Smith just smacked me.
He was like, we're gonna present a documentary. No, the award for a documentary. Like he's like I'm so fuck. Like what the hell just happened? Like he's like forgetting, and yeah.
I don't know. I think if that like I don't want to be one. If that was me, but if that was me, I don't know.
I was about to say too. I was about to say if that was me type of thing.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't think I would be that calm. Like you know how much like
no.
Like I don't know his state of mind was at that moment, but I'm just like for him to continue like hosting and not like retaliate.
Like yo, I'm not gonna let you punk me in front of the whole world right now.
Yeah, I was like, I guess we're gonna be together.
Like, yeah, I know for sure. Like instinctively, I know I would like dodge that shit.
Yeah, that's what I feel.
And at that point, I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna punch this motherfucker right now. I don't give a shit if it's Will Smith.
Yeah.
No, I think I would be like, oh, why Will Smith coming up to me like that? Like, what's going on? Because you're like, not expecting nothing. No, Will Smith ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna say probably some funny shit or something like that. And
Will Smith is like one of the last people I'd ever want to punch.
Yeah. That's why it sucks. Because I was like, yo, I'm a fan of both these guys. Like, all three of us could say, like, yo, we all watched Fresh Prince, and that show was like the greatest show when we were growing up. It was great. It was like one of those shows that, is going to be a classic forever. So, his movies, like, I seen it. I saw Independence Day, like, probably 3 times in the theater that summer. You know what I mean? When it came out.
And I'm sure he deserves his Oscar for.
Yeah. Like, so he's a talented actor, whatever. It's just like, it's just so sad to see him, like, just do that shit. Bro.
He ruined it.
It's like that night, it was just like, I was mad because I was disappointed.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Oh, why are you gonna do that? Off of like, I think the joke he told in 2016 about Jada was worse than that one.
Yeah, that was way worse.
Yeah, so I was like, so now I'm thinking like, yo, this dude waited all these years to fucking like do something finally about that joke he said back then, but it's just like it's still corny.
That's what got me personally upset with like people were defending the thing because it was just like. I personally start realizing like people's priorities are like way fucking off because it's like, they, all they thought was like this one little part of like a bigger picture. Like they didn't think they're big picture. Cause I was like, don't you see like the idea of like, you're talking about race because nobody talked about race. These are 2 black men doing something, but it wasn't like white against black or anything like that. Yeah. But automatically you bring in race because it's a black woman. But you don't realize that it's like, 2 black men look like idiots right now because now that, one looks like, oh, this is how black people act when they get get violent, when they get angry, shit like that. You know what I mean? Like they already have that stereotype.
Yeah.
Not to be a dick, but like to these fucking racist white people, they think these like, oh, these are how these guys act, and then they do that. If he was to retaliate, like. it would be even worse. So he's like, it's like he knew that Chris couldn't do something about it. So that's how come he like turned his back on him. So it's like I don't, you know what I mean? Like the people defending that whole thing, like they only seen this one little bullshit about it, and it's totally wrong. Like it's about race, but not about the way you're thinking about it.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, it's like, oh, look at these guys, but it's like the perception is like, I'm not just saying like, oh, we gotta behave like in front of certain people. Like, nah, fuck that shit, because people are gonna feel the same way. People like, you know, black people, regardless, you know,
it's just about setting the standard.
They just want that one incident to happen to be like, oh, you see, I told you, these people were horrible.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure there was a few people there like had their phones on ready to dial 911 and shit.
Oh yeah.
Like, let me call the cops on these black bastards. Go down. Yeah. So it's just like that part plays into, because you know, like in my head I was like, damn, he's gonna come all the fucking hot pieces now. Everybody's hot takes on like what happened and why it happened and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was like that. Oh yeah, you know, it's about time these comedians, like, that's what I was worried about. They're like the motherfuckers that are gonna be calling violence to comedians now with shit that they find disrespectful, which was on force like the first 2 days. That's why I just got, on Twitter. I muted the words, like I blocked the words Will Smith, Chris Rock, Jada, all that shit, not to hear it, because I'm like, yo, all these takes I'm seeing just get me fucking upset, because it's just like at the end of the day, there was mad different ways he could have handled that situation. Like Will Smith had enough pull to go backstage after all that shit and be like, yo, listen, motherfucker, like, stop talking about my wife, whatever. And like, he owed him at least that. Like, you know, they pretty much made it big at the same time. You know, him and Chris Rock were like pretty much stars at the same. So I'm pretty sure they ran into each other multiple times throughout the years. So that's the thing for me. I'm like, don't disrespect the man like that. Like, you both in your 50s, bro. Like,
exactly.
And you still fighting? Like, it's just like, it reminds me of that episode of Community when the bully wanted to fight Jeff, and Jeff was like, yo, you still want to fight? Like this shit. And it was like, and for the people to be like, oh, he was defending his wife's honor, like, how? Like, he didn't even know that she had alopecia.
Yeah, I'm sure he didn't know.
He didn't know. He said he didn't know. Mm-hmm. So he was just making a general ball joke.
Yeah.
So, you know, so it's like, people gonna have to fucking disclose their medical conditions before they go to a comedy show now, like, bro.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it was just bullshit. And then it was just like, people just took, like Ernie said, people just took it to another level that it didn't need to be. You know what I mean? Like, the disrespect of black women's hair and shit like that. And I'm like, yo, Jada always had short hair. Jada was always looked like she was bald from, like, there was plenty of times, and like nobody really joked on her like that when she was bald. And it was just like, Chris Rock was just like, oh, let me make a ball joke. let me just make an impromptu ball joke about her, which I guess like she took offense or some shit, because I don't know, man.
I personally don't think she even did. Did you guys see the video where like they with the actual like phone? Yeah, they show her kind of laughing because she was just kind of like, this is.
She
like,
laughed after Will Smith slapped.
Yeah, exactly. So she just kind of like wasn't even like. It's not like, you know what I mean? It was such a weird disconnect to like really what happened, because he's laughing, and then out of nowhere they cut to Chris, and then you just see Will get up like as if like, what the fuck, you know? Like Tiffany Haddish, I saw that Tiffany Haddish was like, oh, you saw her face and she was hurt, and it was like, no, she wasn't. She was just kind of like she rolled her eyes like whatever.
Corny ass joke.
Exactly.
Corny ass joke face.
Exactly.
Like, I remember that shit was mad corny together. G.I. Jane, like, how old is that fucking movie?
She was annoyed. Like, my interpretation was she was annoyed, and then Will Smith goes, you see Will Smith laughing, and then they don't show this, but like, from what I feel like I feel like he paused as soon as he saw her, and he was like, uh-oh, I don't want her to cheat on me again. Time to march up to Chris Rock and show her what a real man could do. And he slaps her, and when she laughs, from what I feel, she's laughing like, ah, now that's funny. That's my Jada Pinkett impression.
I'm giving the benefit of doubt, because from that angle, you really, like, she pretty much saw it from like the angle we saw it on TV, right? Because it's like, like at first, probably, like, she was like, oh, this shit was fake or something. They're doing some stupid shit right now.
Maybe, yeah. Or maybe it's like a nervous laugh, like ha ha ha, everything's okay.
Like, oh shit, this guy just
Like
spazzed out.
he slapped him.
Shit, I call the cops.
Please,
Yeah, like-
please don't call the cops. He slapped him. Look, I'm laughing.
I think, like, a lot of people that defending this shit, like, oh, that's how you defend your wife and this and that, and like if you don't agree with it, like you probably won't defend your wife. I'm like, yo, you do. If a regular guy does that shit in the street, you're getting arrested. If I was like, if that was a regular Joe Schmo that goes up to Chris Rock and smacks him, he's getting arrested regardless. Like this dude didn't press charges because they're friends. Like he didn't want to do that to Will or whatever the case may be. Yeah. But it was just like a regular guy. Oh no, nine times out of 10, you're getting arrested for whatever. Like these dudes talking about how they smacked dudes up back in the day. I'm like, yeah, you probably smack dudes up in your neighborhood or whatever. That they're not gonna call the cops or anything like that because that person's gonna look like an idiot for doing that shit, and he's gonna be like seen as a snitch. So they wouldn't want that reputation. Yeah. But if you were to do that to some random dude like in downtown Manhattan or some shit like that on 34th Street or something like that,
especially today with the fucking the camera phones and other shit.
And like you're gonna wind up on the news and get arrested for that.
They're gonna catch you.
You're not gonna fight everybody who makes fun of your wife.
That's what I'm saying. It's just wild to me that he was to do that, and it's just like these people never grew up watching Comic View. Like the best part of Comic View was when D.L. Hughley was roasting the crowd. That was the best part of Comic View was when D.L. Hughley was doing that shit.
Or just being
everybody like yo, you're in the front row of a comedy show, you probably get roasted on. You're gonna be my eyesight. I'm probably gonna say something about you.
Or just being a teenager in Manhattan in the 90s, in like 8th grade, in lunchtime, when everybody was just start roasting each other. And then there's always that one kid who'll get mad and like try to fight, and he do that thing to your chest. Like, yo, that's not fucking funny. That's not fucking funny.
He's always the guy that ruins the fun.
Yeah.
There's always that one guy.
Everybody will tell him like, yo, you're just gonna fight everybody who makes fun of you.
Yeah. You were born in Philly, bro. Like, come on, I know you were getting roasted back in the day.
Exactly.
He's gonna take the stance and do that to everybody.
Yeah. So what you said about my wife?
Yo, apologize.
Yo.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's another thing. One of the people who fucking commented, on that side, they brought up my wife, saying like, "What if your wife was suffering from alopecia?" So it's like right away, it's like, okay, so then now you just mentioned my wife. Does that give me the right to go up to you and smack you next time I see you?
Like,
so it's like
when usually people say that shit, like, oh, they bring up your wife into like, oh, they insinuate that you wouldn't do that shit for her, like you wouldn't stand up for your wife. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's like you're not bringing that up. Like, we're not having a debate if you just bring up personal shit about me. You're not even talk about me.
Yeah,
like, how was your wife? I'm like, it wasn't my wife. Exactly. Bringing her up, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And dudes that do that shit is always weird to me, bro. Like, you're a fucking weird guy.
Yeah, all that bullshit is just to assert something to you. Yeah. Like they want to hit you to assert that like I'm bigger than you. I'm that guy.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
They choose violence. Like, I mean, they choose intimidation.
But that's like this thing, like they don't understand is like, all right, because they're like, oh, it's because it's like to bring it to political terms, it's mostly the left leaning people that are like, yeah, it was the right thing to do, whatever. I'm like, I bet if you feel like that's something that people are entitled to, you can't get mad when people on the right start doing that shit to people like you're fat stuff. You know what I mean? Like if somebody from the right comes up and smack a politician from the left or some shit like that, somebody smacks fucking Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
And you guys are gonna be, oh, she should have said that shit. She shouldn't have these call these guys deplorables.
Yeah, where's the line?
Yeah, like the line. That's the shit that's dangerous that people don't realize it because they just don't like a certain person. Like Chris Rock, for some reason, there's a majority of people that don't find him funny or talk shit about him.
They say he's insensitive.
Yeah. So, and I'm like, damn, bro, like that joke was insensitive. That's the shit. It was such a
G.I. Jane.
G.I. Jane was insensitive. Like
Jane, who's like a badass woman
A
in the
strong
movie,
figure.
Who look good with a bald head? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's only a certain amount of people that who look good with a bald head, and she was one of them.
That's true.
Yeah.
And Jada, she's one too that she could like. That was like somebody said that was a great fucking movie idea. They're not gonna do now because it's like that would have been great for Jada's career. Like G.I. Jane 2, she would have been ripped for that movie. And
if they did G.I. Jane 2 with Jada Pinkett and she had a bald head in that movie, I'd be like, all right, cool.
Yeah, and
yeah, we've been like, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah,
there'll be audience for it, and there'll be like the people that will go support, and it'll be probably be a hit.
If I saw a trailer for that movie, I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm sure Jada Pinkett would not have a problem shaving her head.
Yeah.
She likes boy haircuts. That lady loves boys. That lady loves boy haircuts.
She loves boys too.
She likes boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boys and August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
August was her son's friend.
Her son's friend.
Yeah. She likes the August on August.
She did a real life scene and shit.
A real life like MILF porn.
Yeah. There's a category in Pornhub for this.
For me, Jada Pinkett's low tier MILF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she used to be really hot.
I never thought she was hot ever.
When she was younger, she was like super cute.
Not even back then.
But she always had boy haircuts, and it was just always like whatever.
That's what always bothered me. The boy haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know Will Smith loved that because in Fresh Prince, the girl he was engaged to in the show, she had a boy haircut. He told the producer, "Yeah, give me a girl with a boy haircut." Ha
Yeah, it's crazy. Like even before like the internet and stuff like that, you always heard stories about like Will Smith and his marriage to Jada. Like,
yeah,
like I don't know if you guys knew this shit, but there was like a rumor going around with her and Gina from Martin and her husband. They were like swingers.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Supposedly Will was also a fucking husband.
Oh, wow.
That was
and Martin's watching from the window like, I wish I was fucking Gina! Tisha Campbell!
So yeah, there's always like, it's one of those things like everybody know that he might be at least bi or something, but he has never announced it. And the way he's like, I don't know, man. The last few years is like he's been down bad. Like you just see something wrong with him. Like, am I the only one that sees that? Like,
no, yeah, I totally see that. Like, that's like that toxic masculinity, like really like digging into his brain and like fucking him up.
Like, yo, there's a lot of shit that he's like put in certain situations with his marriage and whatever else. Like, his movies haven't been like hits like they were back in the day. You know what I mean? Like fucking Suicide Squad, Gemini Man, them shits for fucking flops.
And I'm sure if he was bi, he wouldn't tell anybody. Or he wouldn't like make it public. He would like really hold that in.
That's the thing I understand. Like you make everything else like so public and shit like that. That's like in line with your brand if you were, you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's just the Smiths being the Smiths because everybody knew that he was kind of bi already. So it's just weird, man. Because like then like you see stuff like when they asked him about Jaden, like all the shit he was doing, like dressing up as Batman for Kanye's and Kim's wedding and shit. You seen that shit?
Yeah. When I was a child, I would have wanted to do that too.
But he wasn't a child, bro.
Yeah.
He's always a child to me.
Yeah.
He would always be a child and the new Karate Kid to me.
So it was like one interview. They asked him like, "Oh, do you like feel bad like when you were like at the height of your career, you weren't really around your family?" And he said some shit about not being there like with Jaden, like, and so you see that he doesn't totally agree with the lifestyle that the family has.
Yeah.
But it seems like he is. Like, oh, we're just one big happy, you know, we don't care. We're open marriage, open-minded people, or our kids. I think the kids had like their own crib on the property. You know what I mean? They even lived in the same house.
Yeah, they talk, both of them, Willow and Jaden, they talk like as if like 30-year-old that like were like upset about like, you know, how shit used to be kind of thing, like that, those kind of assholes. But they're like, you know, oh, the school system is like, it's like jail, you know, they tell you how to like, they tell you what time you can eat, what time you can, it's like, what, the school shit. Like you don't know, like you never went through this shit. You're not real people. That's why I have no sympathy for these celebrities. Like they're not real people. I don't care what you say. When people are like, they really have feelings. No, they don't. They can cry to the fucking bank. All right, they can cry in their mansions. Yeah. Cry all you fucking want in your fucking mansions. You do nothing for the world. You only benefit for yourself. Fuck you. Fuck your feelings.
No matter what could ever happen to me, if I had $1 million, I would be super happy.
Yeah. It's like, yo, well, at least I'm rich. There are other people. You start to think like, well, at least, other people, like certain people who become rich, they understand what it feels like to be poor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those kids don't. So it's like they talk like as if they struggled and shit.
They do some shit.
Yeah, they've been through shit.
Like their parents educated them on that shit, but it's not like the same. Like, like it's not the same thing as living through it. You know what I mean? Like you feel like, oh, I have all this privilege and wealth. I could do something with it, but it's just like the way you're going about it. Sometimes it's like, oh, like I would have been hated. Like imagine if he was like this in the fucking 3rd grade and you're just there, just want to play fucking dodgeball. And this motherfucker's talking to you about blood diamonds in Africa. And yeah, just pass the ball, bro. Like, fuck up.
Hey, shut up, man. No, why did we ask this kid over? Like, who said that we had to play with this kid?
That's the Fresh Prince son.
Oh, God damn Will Smith. Yeah. Always.
Like, it's just disappointing, bro. It's just like
it's disappointing because I like Will Smith. I like him.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I love Will Smith.
Yeah, Will Smith was part of my childhood, bro.
Yeah, me too.
You see an episode of Fresh Prince, it just brings you good memories.
Yeah. The part where he's yelling at Uncle Phil because his dad never came to see him and shit.
Yeah, that
gets me, man. That always gets me.
I cry that scene to this day.
I'm there with Will Smith. I'm yelling with him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing my pants like really high above my butt where my butt sticks out and I'm yelling like Will Smith.
Why you don't love me?
Why are my clothes so colorful?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I think people were just like, even though it's hypocritical of me saying this, but it's like because we're talking about it. But it's like people just brought their opinions to the situation, and just like it's 2 millionaires fighting, 2 rich guys get into some shit on live TV, and that's it. But people are making it bigger than it has to be. Like I'm seeing. And like the shit that bothers me is the people condoning the violence, and it's like,
that's the worst.
First thing I saw when I was on Twitter, like, Dave Chappelle better watch out now. I'll be the next person. I'm like how stupid are you to be threatening Dave Chappelle on the fucking social media site? First of all, and you know damn well you're not even gonna go near this dude ever, and he's gonna say whatever the fuck he wants to say. But the thing is, like, comedians always face this type of shit anyway. They always have the worry about some dude taking a joke the wrong way and trying to do something about it.
Imagine going to a comedy show, hearing a joke you don't like, and then going, all right.
Tie up right now.
Well, I didn't like that joke.
Yeah. And it's like, those people are horrible. Those are the horrible people.
Yeah. Those are toxic people.
That's
those are
so fucking toxic, man.
And to see all these people that consider themselves woke or whatever, and just like those are the people that give the real people a bad name. You know what I mean? Because like, these guys are being fucking ridiculous right now.
Yeah.
Shit. Not knowing what you're condoning, and you think is like a right for a person to do some shit like that. Imagine a regular person just smacks somebody over a joke, and you're trying to explain that shit to a cop. You said my wife looks like G.I. Jane, and the cop's like, "What are you, stupid?" And you're gonna get arrested for smacking somebody over a fucking joke.
Listen, officer, I punched him in the face because he told me my wife looks like G.I. Jane. You have to understand.
She has alopecia.
She has alopecia. He should have known. When she walked in here with her bald head, he should have known. When the light shined from her head onto his eyes, he should have been like, "Oh wow, that's alopecia."
Yeah, I just love like how all the comedians reacted. Like all of them were pissed, bro.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All of them were
Yeah.
pissed. And I understand where they were coming from because it's like, yo, they gotta deal with shit, whatever. And it's like people are like, oh, fuck comedians, they need to stop punching down on jokes and shit like that. I'm like, why? It's like, yo, there's people that love that type of comedy, and it's gonna be people that love that type of comedy. That's the thing I understand that people don't understand. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's gonna change. You know,
Yeah.
just don't listen to it. Just
You don't
avoid
decide what's funny.
Mhm.
Nobody decides what's funny.
Exactly.
unless you go into like an open mic or like a local comedy show. If you go into like a venue that is known to have like professional comedians that have been doing this shit for years, and you might not be in line with the shit they say because you're not from that era or whatever, just don't fucking go or just fucking walk out when you feel offended. That's what people used to do back then. Like there's mad shows I've been to that people just walk out because they didn't like what they were saying. They get roasted when they're leaving, but you know
Yeah.
they're leaving. You don't have to stay there and listen to this shit. But you know, some
Mhm.
Yeah.
just want to fucking have a crusade and just be like, "Yo, this is not funny, so nobody should be enjoying this. This is not funny to me." And it's like, no, it doesn't work like that.
Exactly.
You're offended, and just because you want to punch somebody doesn't make it right.
Mhm.
Like who raised you, man? Like it's like
Yeah.
what happens to sticks and stones? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Like I started realizing it's like, oh, these people. This is how they were raised. Like this is how they were that they were brought up, or they have this mentality. And I'm like, okay, that's why like I don't hang out. I don't fuck with you anymore. You know what I mean? Like this is why we don't hang out. This is why like I haven't talked to you in a million years, and for whatever reason, you're still my Facebook friend.
Yeah.
So it's like you're just reminding me why I should have fucking not been. You know, I should have been cleaned up my fucking friends list like a long time ago. Like these are these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Luckily, I'm at that point in my life. I just have no problem just deleting people that just like irk me. I'm like, why ain't we friends with you? Like, we don't talk like that. Like,
Yeah, exactly. What bothers me is that I can't do it now because then it will be because of this. You know what I mean? So it's like I gotta let him wait a while.
yeah, exactly. Win. They can't win.
Yeah, they can't win. Yeah, exactly.
They can't know that I'm upset about some shit they said.
Exactly.
But it's like always like the age old like argument like why would you get pissed when somebody like makes fun of you or like your wife whatever? Just do the opposite. Like laugh with them. Like that's the best weapon you could have against any joke against you. Laugh with them. Because once they see you laughing, like, what's the point of making? What's the point of following up with that joke? Because you're just gonna keep on laughing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it doesn't phase me. Like fucking whatever.
Yeah.
Nah, is that it's people just brought deeper
That's what.
shit into
Yeah,
it.
that's what it was like what was it? One of the people arguing with me brought up like, oh, why do you keep bringing up the whole August thing? I'm like, because it's obvious
That's what it's
that
about.
this guy's bent up that there's one little dumb joke that like was not as worse as the other joke or any other joke. You know what I mean? Like that ticked them off. So it's like that's so somebody built. You know what I mean? And then that's what I'm saying. Like in this, I'm sorry to say, it, and I don't want to be sexist, but like it was a woman. And so I was thinking. So in my head, I'm like, she doesn't know like how we think. Like not, you know what I mean? The same way we don't know how they think. So like,
Yeah.
so it's like she's seeing it as one way as like, oh, she's protecting her man, and he's protecting her. I mean, his wife and shit. And it's like, yeah, but like you're seeing it from that point of view of like, I want my
Yeah.
man to do this, meaning like you want your man to like get into a fight and get arrested and then be upset when like you're freaking your husband's in jail and you gotta bail him out or like that he's no good because he's in jail, so like you have to do everything yourself. Now you're a
Yep.
single mom. Oh, there's a bunch of shit that like leads to that.
Yeah.
That like you don't realize because you're fucking toxic yourself and you're thinking that like that's what you want your man to do. Oh yeah, I forgot you're single. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like
She
this
has
is
to deal
why
with the
you're single.
ramifications because
I
he's
have a
not
man
Will
to, be,
Smith.
to defend you like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So what the fuck are you saying? And it's
Mm-hmm.
just like it's like you just see the people that just profit off this shit. Like I'm like, damn, I'm pretty sure you're gonna write a whole blog about this why you shouldn't joke about black women's hair and all this and blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and to get more readers to your site and this and that. most of the shit is like ingenuous to me. Like
Yeah.
all the outrage about the joke that
Mm-hmm.
was like, in my opinion, whatever. Most people probably don't care, but it's just like it wasn't that offensive. Like I heard more fucked up shit. Like people online who joke about them say way out of pocket shit. Like you don't understand this man crying on Red Table Talk has become a meme on the internet. Like, you know the one the picture I'm talking
of
about,
course.
tears in his eyes, like man.
Yeah. His eyes are just red as fuck.
This man is defeated. He's been defeated for years now, bro. And it's just like you said, this was just the breaking point.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, you see him on social media, like, oh, Big Willie, watch me lose weight. Like, yo, he fucking gained all that weight. So I'm like, yo, this dude is probably depressed as fuck. You know what I mean?
No, he's definitely depressed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, yo, you have all this money. Why you not seeking like medical help, bro?
Yeah.
Like, why?
Did you see the it was something that came out that was like it seems like Willow, like she wrote a note to Tupac as like when she was a little girl.
Oh boy.
And she was saying something like she was writing to Tupac saying like I know you're out there. My mom really misses you. I hope you like come back one day type of shit.
I wish you were my dad.
Yeah, like it was kind of like that. It was like I wish you were my dad type of shit. And it was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, so it becomes the thing where it's like these people already like, you know what I mean? Like, she's
I asked my
embarrassed
real
enough.
dad to write this letter.
That really happened?
I don't know. I just saw something about it. Like, so, you know, like I saw like a video about it.
Yeah, they talked about that on Red Table Talk. I'll fucking die, bro. I'm like, yo,
Yo, Will Smith, I'll help you, man. Whatever it is that you need, bro, I'll help you.
Did you also see the Candace Owens?
Fuck Candace Owens.
Yeah, but she pointed out something that was kind of like, you know, because she was like, you know, well, she was being all conservative about it, so just bear with me. but she was like, how like this is another example of like the women like demasculating men because this is like the new thing right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, take for instance, the first joke that came out of Amy, what is it? Amy Schumer, Wanda Sykes, and Regina Hall's. Like the first joke that they started was, I think Amy Schumer said it. She goes, you know, the first time this is hosted by three women, and that we got paid less than one man or something like because we were cheaper than one man, some shit like that. Like, you know, so it's like these women comics that like always want to, or these women always want to kind of punch down on men. You know what I mean? Like their first jokes are always against men. You know?
Yeah.
And then they wonder like why, you know, why do men think we're funny? And I know I get it because they're just be like, oh, how many men make women jokes? I know, but like that's the thing. What do you think it's funny? Like, is it funny? Because if it's funny, then it's funny. I'm gonna laugh. But if it's not funny, and now you think to yourself, what is funny? What is okay to make a joke about? Because it's like I think any joke is funny. You know what I mean? Like any joke could be funny. It's just whether I think it's funny or not. Hence, like, you know, if you don't think it's funny, you know, you don't think a joke is funny, you don't think it's funny. But like the mature thing to do is just, you know, get up and leave or like change the channel.
Yeah.
Not get up and smack somebody. That's what you do in the streets. That's that hood shit. And like and then you got like assholes like Tiffany Haddish being like, you know, oh, that's what a real man does. And it's like, oh yeah, again, who, you know, where's their man? You don't have a man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you do, but like, you weren't with him. So, like,
she's a date Common.
Yeah.
And he used to love her.
Does that?
He dumped it.
You know,
yeah, that shit, like people champion that shit, like he really did something, and it's just like, I don't know if you read the article that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wrote, but it was just
I love that. Yeah, I screenshotted that shit.
Yeah, it was just fucking. That's kind of sexist that you think a woman's unable to fucking handle her own shit.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Especially a woman like Jada, like, yo, she was a shit in Demon Knight, and she was great in that. You know what I mean? So you already know she's a badass. So I'm pretty sure she, like, for me, she handled the joke well. She was like, whatever. She rolled her eyes. That shit wasn't funny.
Yeah,
keep it moving.
that was fine.
That's all I needed to do. Just keep it moving. Say some shit later on to him if you see him. But then to take it to that level and just to be so arrogant about it and just and it's like people were acting like he's like, oh, he's just like one of us. And I'm like, no, he's not, bro. That was mad privileged shit that he just did right now. He went on one of the most viewed shows and just assaulted somebody, and he didn't get arrested because he's Will Smith.
He wasn't even kicked out. He won an Oscar afterwards.
So you got these dumbasses that are like, oh, that shit is mad cool. I guess I'll be
That's
able
what
to
I
do
would have done.
Yeah, I would have done the same shit. Whatever. I'm like, you don't have Will Smith money, bro. Like even if he was to get arrested, he's getting out the same night. He's gonna make bail. It's not. He's not gonna spend any time in jail.
He's not gonna go behind bars.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, what is it like? Is fighting cool again? Like, is that what we're doing as a society? That's how we have to come to?
If I was in a Chris Rock show and he made fun of my wife, I'm gonna walk up stage and slap him.
Yeah.
You know what I think it is? It's this idea of like, it's you either die the hero or you live long enough to become the villain.
Yeah.
So these people that were freaking bullied in high school, whatever, in school, that they had enough, so now they're the villains in a sense because now they like are the majority and now they're doing what they were, that was being done to them. They're doing it, and they see it as like like some kind of like vengeful, some kind of vengeance. But in reality, it's like now you're the bully, you're the asshole now.
To them, they're getting revenge on everybody in their life who's ever made fun of them.
Yeah, that's what that comes down to too, pretty much.
And their wife.
Because in his book, Will Smith's like memoirs or whatever, he always felt like a coward because he never did anything to help his mom and his abusive stepdad or whatever when he used to hit her and shit. So he always felt like he was kind of like a coward growing up. So for him to go through all that shit, then have dudes just straight clowning him online, like, yo. And that's the shit that is crazy to me because all the people that are defending him now were probably the same ones making fun of him a couple years ago with this shit, with the memes and all that shit. I'm like, yo, we're part of the problem.
Yeah, I felt more bad than wanting to make
I
fun
was
of him.
like, damn, like, yo, this chick is just fucking sleeping with everybody, and you're just like, you're really just a cuck. Like, you're just like, all right, I love her, so I guess I'm staying. Like, and he's like, what you learn about him is that he's very like a loving person. That he falls in love. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I want to like, taking advantage of that, like just doing all this shit. Because I'm like, damn, bro, this is
it is, man.
Bro. It's like, all right, you have your little table talk thing. It was like this little pseudo psychiatrist women talk shit.
Sponsored by Jada.
Yeah, it was just them talking about women issues and things like that, and it just became more like gossip shit, you know what I mean? Just like shit like, why are we really talking about, like, for you it's like, oh, I gotta tell my story so more women can relate to my story, because it's like nobody, like, there's probably like a small majority of people that could understand what you're going through, because like not a lot of people are in an open relationship, in a marriage, or do the same shit that you and Will are doing, you know what I mean? So what's the purpose of you sharing your intimate shit with the people out there in the world? You know what I mean? Especially with Will Smith, bro. Like, he's just like this clean cut, like superstar. Like, why the fuck you just putting his business out there?
And that's shit we shouldn't know.
Yeah, like I don't care that this dude's horrible in bed. Like, I don't.
Yeah, I don't want to know that shit.
Like, why are you just making this dude feel like lower than he needs to be? Like, this is fucking like he's a hero to a lot of people, and just shit dude every chance you get. And it's just like, oh, they claim they never cheated on each other, as like entanglements or whatever they want to fucking call it. But if August Augustine is writing a fucking song about you, it's like, come on, you obviously fucked. Like, it had to be like, and that's the thing. Like, she was just helping him. Like, she was just helping him like get over the death of like his mom or some shit. Like, she was more like it was mad. It was a weird situation. It's just like she was like on some predator shit, bro. Like, you want to talk about it? Like, it's creepy, man. And it's just like, it's just wrong. You just see it in this dude's eyes, man. It's like he's going through mad shit, and like it's like he just fucked up. Like, he fucked up. He's gonna be fine though. People still gonna support him, but it's just like the only thing I didn't like about it is just like how people react. Like, that shit's cool. Like, that shit's all right. That's how we're gonna resolve shit. We're just gonna punch people. We're gonna punch people in the face.
Hit somebody.
And I'm like, that's some corny shit, bro. It's like, you people are just so used to just screaming into the fucking nothingness that's Twitter, and not like
Mhm.
having to deal like real life situations. You can't be fucking screaming people on the street,
Mhm.
and
Hit
just like,
somebody
oh
without feeling threatened.
yeah,
Exactly.
that's just wild to me, bro.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the thing I didn't like too is like anybody who spoke, like, you know, sometimes I agree sometimes that most people should shut up about shit. Like, we don't need your opinion. But I don't know. But like, since it was like a public thing and it's whatever, a lot of people
Everybody's
are like
talking about it.
taking sides. Yeah, like, you know, Jim Carrey was like, I was fucked up. Like, these people were spineless for giving this dude a standing ovation and shit like that.
Mhm.
And people went after Jim Carrey.
Mhm.
Like, and Zoe Kravitz was like, yo, that shit was whack. He shouldn't have done that. And they started going
Yeah.
over Kravitz.
Mhm.
And that's the shit with Zoe Kravitz is like, oh, they calling her a pedophile because she said Jaden was like cute when he was 14. That if, you know, if he was 8, like she had to remind herself that he's 14, not 18, because he's so grown and so that. But they take some shit like in print and make it into a narrative that fits for their shit. Instead of like being like, oh, she's probably said that shit joking around, like, oh, you know, how
Yeah.
most people, oh, you're a cute one, little guy, whatever, whatever. And most people see that shit as toxic or whatever. But it's just like she's just complimenting and being silly with that shit. But the weird thing is with me is like those kids always been around people older than them, and they've been mad comfortable, you know, just being like, oh, you know, I know you ever seen a picture of like when Willow was like
Willow.
13,
I was about to say that.
and she's on bed with this dude that's like like he's 20 and he has no
Uh-huh.
shirt on. He was like a child actor for Hannah Montana or some shit, but he was 20 at the time, and she's 13, and they're just chilling around. So people are like being outraged, like, "Oh, how Zoe could say this shit? Why she gotta be hanging out with a 14-year-old?" I'm like, "Yo, it seems to me that these parents don't fucking give a shit who their kids are hanging out with because they feel like, oh, they're grown, they're so smart and so grown and shit like that that they could, you know, they trust them doing whatever they do." But it's just like it's still weird. And for you to say some shit about Zoe when she's just like fucking joking about the shit, and then like not like you're a hypocrite because like they been like that, you know what I mean? It's just
Yo.
like you fucked your son's best friend, like
Yeah. If I was
nobody.
Jaden and I hear about Zoe Kravitz saying I'm cute, next day I would have sent her a text and be like, hey,
I can keep it on the low.
yeah,
You gotta do that. Hey.
smiley face.
When I was like her, she was in that X-Men First Class.
Oh yeah, that's right. She was Angel.
Mhm.
Hey girl,
Yeah,
and clip those wings.
hot as Catwoman.
Anyway, I think we talked enough about this, right?
Yeah.
One positive thing I can say about the slap is that when Will Smith was yelling at Chris Rock after he sat back down,
Yeah.
one thing I realized, Lupita is super pretty.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
She is so fucking pretty.
Like the ranges of emotions she was going through. I'm
Yeah.
like, she has a really pretty.
I was like, wow, holy fuck, that girl's super pretty.
Peter.
Mhm.
If she wasn't in Black Panther, I would have been like, yo, she'd be an amazing Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been a great storm.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Marvel fucked up on that one.
What could have been?
Yeah.
And speaking of Marvel, they
Oh,
just the first episode of Moon Knight.
they're gonna talk about Morbius.
Oh shit!
Wait.
God, oh, that's another half an hour right there. Oh yeah, let's talk about Morbius before ending on Moon Knight. Oh, I almost forgot about Morbius, but so did most of the general public. Yo, oh my god, I can see why Jared Leto hates us.
Oh my god, yeah, I see why and I accept it now. I'll say I'm willing to die for it.
Oh snap! You heard it first. Stay tuned to our YouTube channels and our TikTok pages. to see what
Foreshadowing,
happens.
maybe.
Maybe you're gonna drop something soon on that. But yeah, I heard they just fucking that movie just sucks, bro. Like I was like, I'm not
Yo.
surprised. What I'm pissed off about is that they lied about like having a Spider-Man in that universe. Because apparently that scene of him walking in his and the poster with Spider-Man, this is murderer, that wasn't there. The director went on an interview and said that he never filmed that scene. That it was the studio that just added that in for some reason. And I'm like, these motherfuckers are just trying to get us to watch this fucking movie, thinking that, oh shit, maybe Spider-Man's gonna pop up. Maybe we'll see something. Maybe
Such an asshole move. That's a scumbag move.
it's Sony, bro. Like they should just stop trying to make their own shit and just have Marvel help them out with stuff.
Yeah.
Like have a partnership because I'm like, damn, how much money like they're gonna lose on this shit?
Used Morbius as a lesson.
They're filming Craven the Hunter right now as we speak,
Mhm.
so that's gonna
Yeah.
be to come out.
Oh, good. Is Vulture going to come out at the end and not remove his helmet and tell him, hey, Spider-Man and stuff?
Yeah. Even though he's not in your universe, in my universe, he's an asshole. We should team up and do something about him.
And Craven's just going to also go, all right, I'm listening.
I could see him doing that exact same pose when they come up with that proposition.
Jared Leto's behind Vulture like, yeah. And Rat King's behind Jared Leto like, yeah.
But it's just like how you take something like so easy to do and you just fuck it up so badly. Like you took everything was so great about No Way Home and you just shit on it. Like apparently, like the Vulture just got sucked into one of the portals and transported to another world. And just like
that is why the movie was delayed.
yeah.
Once they wrapped on that part, they're like, well, we just did a No Way Home.
Yeah. We didn't add a Spider-Man, but we added somebody else that makes no sense in a world that has no Spider-Man.
The director was like, hey, who wants to pat my back?
And why would he be sent to that dimension if there's nobody there that knows who Spider-Man is? Because there's no Spider-Man in that universe. So why the Vulture just pops up in that shit?
Where did he get his Vulture armor in that universe from?
Yeah. Yeah. Because it was like one of the first one was just like him getting released from jail because he's not from his world and they really can't charge him or anything.
Like he doesn't have his gear with him.
He took it from like the Vulture of that universe, which is like the super old like real Vulture, like the one who looks like Mr. Burns. It's like, oh, he took my wings.
There was a theory that this was like the Amazing Spider-Man universe, and he got it from Oscorp because remember that.
That's what I was thinking.
That there was, but then people pointed out was like there's not the same type of wings they had in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, this and that, whatever. And
hey, maybe this is years later and it's an upgraded version.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You never know. Maybe
the guy upgrading it was like, hey man, one day some guy is gonna ride this Vulture suit. I know it.
That's how Sony was so fucking stupid. That Sinister Six movie. They just had like all their weapons there, but no Sinister Six. You had Dr. Octopus's arms. Like, oh, we're just gonna graft these on somebody. Fuck it.
We're just gonna find some nerd to put this on.
Yeah. The Vultures. Like, we're gonna find some old man. Give him some.
We're gonna find some Mr. Burns looking guy to put this Vulture shit on. Smithers, get this off of me.
Doesn't it have like the Scorpion suit there too, or some shit? I'm not sure what else they had.
I know I saw Vulture and there was a Vulture,
like the Octopus,
Dr. Octopus, yeah, and that's it. Green Goblin.
Yeah, maybe Green Goblin. He was already established, but
and then the guy with the fedora, the shadowy figure.
Yeah, whoever he was. I'm the Nick Fury of this universe, but for bad guy.
Evil Nick Fury. I'm white.
Fucking Sony. They should just stop, man.
Yeah, just
nobody's gonna be excited for Craven after this shit. Because I'm like, yo, fucking Morbius was whack.
Just license the Spider-Man character in movies to Marvel and get a cut.
Yeah. Just do it like that.
Yeah.
Just trying to make that universe a thing. It's not gonna happen.
Yo, if I was Sony, I'd be super happy to do that. Marvel will do all the work and I will still get money.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
I don't care about Spider-Man.
Maybe give them some notes.
Yeah.
Maybe like you're part of it or some shit. You'll be all
And all
right.
the games still come out on the Sony consoles and shit. Fuck
Yeah,
yeah, man.
it's wild, bro. It's just like nobody cares about the Spider-Man characters without Spider-Man. And I don't know why
Yeah.
they don't never realize this shit is never gonna be a hit until that shit happens. So
Yeah.
either do some shit with one of the Spider-Mans you own yourself, Andrew Garfield probably, and just fucking go crazy, or just stop.
Nobody cares about Morbius without any other character involved.
And the bad news is like the writer for Morbius is the writer from the Madam Web movie.
Oh boy.
So like, oh, so you just yeah, so you guys just are just having everything suck.
So the Madam Web movie is just gonna be like a 2-hour movie of a lady sitting on a chair going, "Oh, the future."
Well, the rumor is that she's gonna be Spider Woman first, then she'll become Madam Web at the
Uh,
end of that storyline from the comics.
Okay.
Yeah, the original Spider Woman becomes Madam Web in the comics. So they go in that route, I guess.
hopefully the stinger at the end of the Madam Web movie is like just Spider-Man eating cereal and just realizing about everything and just saying this Spider-Man stuff is getting out of control.
Yeah. Because that movie's gonna be a multiverse movie itself, because that's what Madam Web's known for, right?
Yeah.
Alternative realities or whatever. So you could just have a movie, probably just mad variants of Spider Woman instead of Spider Man. And who's gonna want to see that shit? Like, who is this for?
Spider-Woman is a variant of Spider-Man, even though they're
It's
from the
like,
same universe.
Mhm.
and it's just like these people are just throwing shit on the wall, seeing what sticks, man.
Yeah.
It's just
They just gotta come up with something so they don't lose the license, right? Isn't that a thing?
But like, how
Yeah.
you trying to do it with no Spider Man? That shit
Uh,
makes sense.
they lost Spider-Man, didn't they? Or they still have?
No, they
Didn't
still
they
had
lose
Spider-Man.
Spider Man,
Oh.
but it's just like they know if Marvel's not gonna be involved, people are not gonna go see that shit
Yeah.
because they know they're gonna fuck it up somehow.
With
Which they
Spider-Man, they're
already,
like, Marvel, take the wheel, and with every other Spider-Man character, they're like, yo, we got this.
yeah, we can do whatever we want.
Mhm.
People like Venom.
I still haven't seen any one of the movies. I'm not gonna
Apparently, the
watch.
Venom universe is in the Morbius universe.
Yeah, so that's the two stepping stones right there for the universe. Morbius and fucking Venom.
Apparently, Venom is like a famous superhero that Morbius could reference in that world.
I guess so. I don't know. Something must have happened in part two.
Not
That
even
made
in the
him.
comics, like Venom is like a sewer superhero.
Yeah, he's not like the Spider Man.
Yeah, nobody wants to be saved by Venom.
Like, who's writing this shit?
Yeah.
I'd actually
Um,
rather die than be saved by Venom.
I just seen a Morbius movie. Just like, why am I seeing a Morbius
No, yeah, I
movie?
would definitely rather die than be saved by Morbius. Fuck that.
That's what I'm saying. They're like, who's requesting this shit?
Yeah. And like, isn't Morbius a bad guy? Like, how is he an anti-hero?
He's a gray hero. Like sometimes he's like a villain, sometimes he's fighting the good side. Sometimes he's in
Mm.
Midnight Suns helping Blade fight other vampires.
He's an anti-hero.
Yeah.
That's like, oh, he's a villain sometimes, most of the time. A few times
I,
we first introduced him, but now he's an anti-hero.
I
He
see.
fights on the side of good now.
He's like a
Yeah.
superhero version of a crackhead. Like he wants blood so bad that he'll kill people for it. But he'll help good guys.
Because
He's
I'm like, I don't
he's
understand. He's like an oxymoron.
pretty much at best he's like a good side character. Like he doesn't need his own fucking
Yeah,
movie.
at best
Like
he's a side character.
Yeah.
he's like I understand Venom having his own movie, but like Morbius, Craven the
Morbius.
Hunter, Madam
Yeah.
Web, like do they really need their own movies?
Like not even B tier superheroes.
Yeah.
And then Jared Leto, yo, like he can't do anything right. Like he just he tries too hard.
He
You know
needs to
what?
stay away from superhero movies.
My wife was like, he's he's the character from My So-Called Life. He's like just a hot guy that's just dumb and can't read and like
Yeah, that's all he is, just like the hot guy.
yeah. He's more like a model than he is an actor.
Yeah.
But he tries too hard.
They just go be pretty somewhere, Jared.
He's a
Yeah,
guy
he's
who
in the
knows
face.
that he's hot.
We don't need all this craziness. I'm pretty sure he was sending vials of blood to his fucking co-stars.
Oh God, get it? I'm Morbius.
Yeah.
Vampire.
He's standing outside their trailers like the fake vampire teeth. I can't wait for my co-star to come out.
So you can see how real I'm taking this.
Look, I'm
This real
Morbius.
a vampire.
Oh God, Jared, we're done filming.
It's been
It's
months
been 2
already.
weeks.
Jesus, man.
Oh God.
Yeah, but you were scared, weren't you?
Yeah, I hate the commercials. The next Marvel legend.
Yo.
Baby.
There was a YouTube. I forgot what YouTube video I saw it in, but like someone was mentioning like when they saw the trailer in the theater, it said it on text like the next Marvel Legend, and someone in the audience said, "Legend."
Oh,
And that's
Like,
basically the perfect definition of like Morbius, the character.
yeah.
He's not a fucking Marvel Legend. He was just in a Spider-Man comic for the first time.
Who's a Morbius fan?
Nobody.
Who is a fucking Morbius fan?
Yo, not even emo kids in the 90s.
Yo, if they would have put out that awful New Warriors, Kid Morbius would have smacked up. They would have been an audience for Kid Morbius for some fucking reason.
The kid who like Morbius spat in his mouth, so he also became Morbius.
Was it that? That was his origin, some stupid shit like that?
He like got a blood transfusion or something from Morbius, and he also became a vampire.
Where he has like those teeth on his hands, like the animated series.
Oh, I don't know. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I think he did. That's why I think he would have been like a popular
the hand
character.
vaginas.
Yeah, the hand vaginas, because that was less threatening.
Hand- His handginas.
Handginas.
The handginas. There would have been like a sex scene involving those if they were in the Jared Leto movie somehow.
Oh, put your penis right here.
Don't be scared of the teeth. Oh shit. Yes. Like everybody called this once the movie was announced and once he was cast, they're like, yeah, this is gonna be a flop.
Yeah. I think he ruined his career, man.
Oh yeah.
With Joker. Yeah, but like with Joker, yeah, that's what I'm saying. With Joker, he like ruined his reputation as as someone to work with in a sense, you know. So now he has this like weird kind of like image that like we can't get away from. He's like an asshole. He's like fucking weird for no reason, for the sake of being weird.
People.
Yeah.
This guy said me come.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll say even look at it this way. Like imagine I come up to you guys, I'm like, guys, I'm gonna be in a superhero movie. And you're like, dope! I'm gonna be the superhero. What superhero are you playing? Imagine your reaction when I tell you, Morbius!
Oh, okay.
Fired his agent for like even suggesting that low tier fucking character. So,
Morbius.
I'm like, come on, Jared, have some respect. You're an Oscar winner.
You're the main character in that movie?
It's just like Joker is like the Joker, like nobody wanted to tell him no. They're like, you know what I mean? Like nobody was
Mhm.
there to be like, the tattoos might be a little too much.
Might be damaged.
Yeah.
He's still talking to them
And
with like the metal teeth.
yeah,
Might
the
be
teeth.
damaged.
Yeah. We need at least the background story of why you have those teeth. But no, he probably thought like, oh, I'm the shit. I look like the shit. I'm gonna be the shit. Everybody's gonna love my Joker. And they were like, nah, bro.
Mhm.
Cause
Once
to
I saw
me,
those
the
pictures,
Joker wants to be uncomfortable 24/7.
yeah. Once those pictures of him with the tattoos first dropped, and everybody like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be whack. I'm really hoping it was just for the photo shoot, but I was like, nah, they really
Yeah.
stuck to it. Like for them not even to see the reaction online to be like, you know what, let's digitally edit out all the tattoos he has so it don't be look as stupid as he does.
That was when I saw that picture. That was the second fastest time I ever said no.
Yeah. Be like, nah, man, this
No.
is not it, bro. This is
No.
not it. I know you're trying to do your own thing, but there was so many ways. Even with somebody like there's something that they just removed all the tattoos and the scenes like digitally, and it was like he looks better that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
miles better.
yeah, he could have been a better Joker, but it wasn't meant to be. He
Mhm.
got his scenes cut, and he didn't see him till the Zack Snyder cut, and that was another why. Why?
And boy, was it worse.
They just made it worse. If I was just happy, he said we live in a society because
He just turned to edgelord Joker.
yeah, just gonna give you a reach around.
Okay.
All time off of that one scene. I was like, nah, bro.
Last time the Joker was this desecrated was when Caesar Romero refused to shave his mustache.
Yeah, I heard. I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard like when Warner Bros was like, all right, you could finish up your cut to Zack Snyder, but they were like, yo, do not film any new shit. Just do what you have to do with the stuff you already filmed and whatever. We pay for that. So he didn't tell them that he was gonna film that fucking nightmare scene with the Joker in it, and they were like pissed about that because they were like, "Yo, why are you filming this scene for? Like, why are you filming a scene for a sequel that's not gonna fucking happen?" Because it was like more money, obviously, but
Do you
he
know what you
shot.
just did to the Snyder fans?
He shot in his backyard, so they just did some guerrilla filmmaking shit, which is mass special effects. But I'm just like, I'm like, dude, that's corny, bro. Like, you trying to sneak in like.
Yeah, he's trying to.
Say, oh, that people are gonna want because he knew the fans are like, oh, we want part 2, we want part 3, like give us more Snyder universe.
Jared Leto had
Snyder,
the only erection during the filming, I'm sure.
yeah, and it's just oh, that's another thing about the fucking Oscars
Jared
that
Leto had an erection?
no, that this year they started some shit, the fan choice awards or whatever, so people online will vote for like the most crowd, like the most. I forgot what the fuck it was for. Like the the most crowd cheer moment in.
Oh, it was like the Flash going back in time, whatever.
Yeah, and that shit won over fucking Endgame, the fucking Avengers Assemble scene. Which get the fuck out of here! You tell me the
Fuck
Flash?
out of here!
Yeah, exactly. And the Spider-Man No Way Home scene when all 3 Spider-Mans were fighting at the end.
Fuck out of here!
That was number 5 out of the top 5.
Yo.
So the bots and the fucking spammers and all these fucking Snyderverse fucking dickheads are just going online, just like, yeah, this will show them to bring back the Snyderverse that they win these fucking awards because it was that one that won, and I think it was Justice League that won the fan favorite film or some shit like that. But I was like, first of all, the Justice League was running in fucking theaters, so you can't tell me that people were going crazy when the Flash did this shit over when fucking Captain America has all the fucking Avengers in one place and says Avengers Assemble for the first time on screen. I still get fucking goosebumps.
Yeah.
Off of that scene alone, I was just fucking watch that clip on YouTube and still feel mad hype.
In the Avengers Assemble moment, I was fucking tear up.
Yeah.
But with like that Flash one, I'll be like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it was like nobody. No, I don't think anybody would have been screaming in the fucking theaters for the Flash.
No fucking way.
Yeah, nobody. Like how people reacted when fucking Cap fucking lifted Mirror.
Nyam, nyam.
Mjolnir.
Nyam.
When he lifted up that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that was my favorite part.
Fucking people lost their shit over that. So you telling me that fucking Flash running in was fucking stupid ass running stance? It's gonna be fucking something. I hate it here.
He's like running and doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that has them hyped up, like, you know, even though I don't see them like claiming that shit, like, oh, we won the best fan moment. I'm like, yeah, everybody knows that.
You guys are losers.
Yeah.
You won the best fan moment in the Oscars where Chris Rock was slapped by Will Smith. Take it.
Nobody. That was more of a cheer moment than your fucking Flash.
Actually, back on the topic of the Oscars, I forgot to mention this. You know who I feel really bad for? Right after the slap? Questlove.
Yeah.
Yeah, his shit got overshadowed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He accepted the word like, yeah, I'm whatever. Bye.
Like, this shit happened.
Anyway, back to what were we talking about?
Morbius.
Morbius.
I think we said all we needed to say on Morbius.
Yeah.
I think we did.
Jaredleto, just stop, man. Just
Stop it.
Yeah, just like freeze yourself, and maybe in the future you'll get it right.
Don't come out for another 5-10 years. Maybe we'll be ready for you.
I say longer, maybe 100.
Yeah.
Wait till like everybody in the present time is dead, and come back at that later time.
Yeah.
And like try again, man.
Keep on trying.
You could do it, bro. I believe you.
Know.
Don't be that guy everybody knows from high school that they stopped hearing from after high school.
You got it in you, Jared. We believe
You
in
can do
you.
it.
Even though we're sworn enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Okay.
I got him really pissed from the last comment I just said.
Oh man.
I'm sure he's turning into a bat
something.
somewhere, angry in a sewer, talking about me. It's all good.
So let's talk about actually good show.
Oh.
Which Moonlight just dropped on Disneyplus this week. And we also the
that's
first
pretty
episode
dope.
here, so we are gonna talk about it, I guess.
Yeah, man.
And it was trippy to me. Like I like it so far.
I liked it. Yeah.
The acting is pretty cool. Like Oscarisaac is doing his thing.
He's good.
Yeah, I'm glad like he's playing like different personalities because he's good. He seems like he's having fun with it. Coming up with a British accent, and Mark Spector speaks with an English accent, so American accent.
That's why I like it, because it's something new. Like I've never seen like a guy with like multiple personality disorder.
I saw it like Fight Club, like Tyler Durden type of shit.
Yeah, it's pretty
But
much
like
like that.
superhero and stuff, you know?
Yeah. Well,
Because when he came out with I was gonna say real quick, when he came out with the British accent, I was super fucking confused. So it was like, oh, okay, I guess he's British. I didn't know that. Like I just assumed I don't know anything about Moonlight. And all I did know that he had a multiple personality. I didn't know he had multiple personalities. You know,
Oh yeah.
like I just thought it was one. Yeah. So that's you know what I mean. Like like you said, it's gonna be you can tell that he's gonna like have fun playing different characters for being different. I don't know. I'm excited for it. I thought it was dope.
In the comics,
yeah.
one of his personalities is Captain America.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a time that his personalities were Captain America, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Those are like his. It was like a comic run that he went through that for a while, but now he's back to like Steven, Mark, and I forgot the third one. But yeah, there was a short while he had those heroes as his personalities, and I think he had their powers too. For like,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Right.
Yeah, like how does he have powers? Isn't it from like the?
I read that shit a few years ago. I forgot how that worked.
I know it's from like Khonshu, the Egyptian
yeah,
god.
from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
God.
Mhm.
What happens, I think, is like the brother of Bas, which is the Black Panther god.
Yeah, and it's cool because like he's that god is like a funny character. He like has funny quips and shit like that.
Yeah.
That was a character that's telling him like switch over to your other personality already.
Yeah, he's like, do not give them the amulet, whatever it
Yeah,
was.
and he's like, I'm trying to open my
He's like, I'm
fist.
trying to get to you. And then Ethan Hawke. Who the hell was that guy? Like, who's Ethan Hawke supposed to be?
I don't know. I think they probably just created him for the show.
I'm
Like they
not
probably
familiar
just,
with Moon Knight enemies.
yeah, they probably just took like certain aspects of other villains of Moon Knight and just put it into that one person, created something different.
The only Moon Knight enemy I know is popularity.
Nobody knew about Moon Knight before now, except for the hardcore comic collectors.
Yeah, his only allies are the kids who are trying to like obscure comic book characters
Yeah,
and saying like, "Yo, Moon Knight, you gotta get into Moon Knight, bro."
it's shit.
He's like Batman, but like really fucking crazy.
But yeah, I want to know more about Ethan Hawke's character.
Yeah,
Like, I guess he has powers to summon fucking whatever, just word like dogs or werewolves.
Yeah, they look like kind of like because everything has to do with like Egyptian like type of
stuff.
mythology. Yeah, so it's like I'm assuming they're like what's those things? I'm assuming they're like those like
Mummies.
not mummies. Those like animals that they draw that are like kind of like cat people or like
Jackals.
Yeah,
you know what I mean jackals. Yeah,
go.
there you go. Yeah. Like you know what I mean? It's always kind of weird kind of bullshit because they always have like they'll have like griffins and like
Yeah.
like manticores and shit like that. So it's like it could be that.
Eh, maybe see some of those creatures in future episodes.
Mhm.
Crazy.
That jackal they got on him at the end of the episode was super fucking scary.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was.
that was a good scene.
But then it was like trying to get away from Moon Knight. That's how much Moon Knight was like beating the shit out of him.
Because
That's
see, like
great.
I already had like interaction with Ethan Hawke's character already before.
Mm-hmm.
He knew like who Moon Knight is, but he doesn't know like the other personality that he has, which is like some regular guy that works in a gift shop. Doesn't know what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
and he plays that very well.
He like puts sand all over his bed, so it's like if he sees his footprint, you know that like he got up.
Yeah.
And he's like, because he's like he knows he's sleepwalking, but like he doesn't understand why the fuck he's like, what's happening?
Oh, I never understood the sand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he had that.
he put
Locked,
the tape on the door.
yeah, he
Uh,
put himself to the bed.
mm-hmm,
He did a lot of shit.
mm-hmm.
So it's interesting. Like, I don't know if you guys saw Legion, but Legion was like the same type of story with a guy with multiple personalities. But it was a pretty good show, and it dealt with like
Oh yeah, I never
mental
realized Legion and Moon Knight were pretty much the same character.
yeah, except like this guy has like hundreds of fucking mutants and their abilities inside of him,
Yeah,
and Moon Knight just has like 3 max. So
Legion would be
but
like,
yeah,
"Oh yeah, I'm Wolverine too."
yeah. So I like to see where they're gonna take this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's gonna be like
Oh yeah, I would love to see where it goes.
how it's gonna affect the rest of the MCU.
Funny
Might be a
thing, when I was watching it, I was like super confused because I was confused Ethan Hawke with Steven Dorff. So like, is that Steven Dorff or Ethan Hawke? I was like, man, it distracted me while watching the show.
Blade. Like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Is he gonna dodge the bullet like in Blade?
And that shit was 40 minutes and it felt really quick.
Yeah, it went by
Yeah.
really quick for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For me,
I'm
that's
like,
a sign of a good show.
yeah. Like, oh, it's over already. Okay.
Yeah, I want
But the
more.
one was getting good. Yeah, this one was getting good.
Yeah.
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 It's only 6 episodes, so there's only 5 more left.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's a
man.
short one.
hmm
I like shows with a short amount of episodes. I've just realized that recently. Like seasons with a short amount of episodes.
Mhm.
That means they get to the good stuff right away.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got through the Book of Boba Fett in one day because it's
Yeah.
8 episodes.
Yeah. I think that was like a better way to watch it because people were just getting frustrated having to wait like a week to the next episode.
Oh yeah,
Because I don't want all this backstory. I want to just see Boba Fett do cool shit. Ugh.
that's what I like. Just
Yeah.
binge the whole thing in one go.
Yeah, there you go. You see the cool shit right there and then.
That's why I have
So
a
that
tablet in my shower.
you watch it everywhere. Everywhere you go, you just screen.
Yeah. While I'm watching, not anymore. Can I say, "Oh no, I have to shower. I have to pause this."
Yes. Just go
Nah.
straight to the shower.
Yeah.
It's all connected.
Yeah. The only problem is now I have like water streaming down my face. I'm going, "Brrr, what's going on?"
Yeah, you still have to pause it. Like, wash your hair and your face. And then like when you're finally done, that's when you can
Okay,
unpause it.
now I know what's going on. Like, what? Hold on,
Now
let me
I
rewind
get now you can go everywhere else. My attention is still on the screen.
You're watching your ears, you just missed a fucking important plot point. He's like, what the fuck?
Mhm.
So the
I
point we're
missed.
trying to get across is that only music works in the shower.
It's hard to keep focused on a show when you're just watching everything.
Yeah.
Water splashing.
When I wash my penis, I want to look at my penis. I want to look directly at it.
I don't want to be distracted.
Yeah. I want to look
This
at it
is
and tell it, yeah, you're mine.
I'm a washer.
I'm watching you. You belong to me. And I'm feeling this. And I'm watching step by step on my Plex.
This
Watching step by step while washing my penis.
Step by step, day by day.
you could you scenes you'll get caught up at the end of it. You have
Mhm.
to watch. You can afford to miss a few scenes from that show.
Yeah.
From
Oh.
step by step? From Boba Fett.
Moon Knight you gotta pay attention to because
Yeah, you definitely got to pay attention to Moon Knight.
Yeah.
it was dope that he'll like switch off between personalities like that. The car chase scene when Peter's
Yeah.
Oh, the car chase scene was so good.
Mhm.
It's like damn, I kind of wanted to see the action, but they still made it work. Like, oh shit, that shit was dope. Like he
The
just
part where like he woke up and he was like driving backwards and like facing these people. I was like, yo, what the
Yeah.
his mark is pretty badass.
fuck? So yo,
Like, I
he's
want
so
to see more
cool,
of
but he
him.
doesn't even know.
Yeah, it's like you're so money, you don't even know it, bro. So money.
If I were in his
So
shoes, I'd be super okay with like Moon Knight taking control of my body
yeah,
and doing whatever.
yeah.
Wake up with a
Yeah.
dildo in one hand and a whole bunch of money in the other.
What happened?
Okay. I'm okay with this.
I just like the fact that they're doing like the god stuff, like these gods from Egypt and all this shit. So that probably could lead to more cool shit in the MCU,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially with the Thor, Love and Thunder. You're gonna have the God Killer, so you're gonna see a whole bunch of different gods.
Oh, maybe he'll go after Khonshu,
Yeah,
and
you
Moon Knight
never
would
know.
just be there to be like, "Hey, come on!
Yeah.
If you kill
Get
him, my powers will be gone.
chill out there, dude.
Don't do that."
I heard Russell Crowe is playing Zeus in the Thor movie, so he's probably gonna get killed off.
Oh yeah.
That'll probably like a scene in the beginning or some shit. So let us know how badass this the God Killer is.
You know, a strong guy's career is over when he plays Zeus.
Yeah. Say that. Playing all powerful Zeus. Career's over.
Well, I'm not a tough guy anymore.
I had a good run.
Yeah, I'm
I was gonna
Zeus
play
now.
a god now. I'm
If
just
I were
gonna
to
be.
play Zeus, though, I would demand like the Lord Zed wand
With the
because it
Z
looks like
on
a
it.
lightning bolt.
Yeah. It has a Z on it for Zeus.
Yeah. Oh shit! I just thought it looked like a lightning bolt.
It's a Z. Lightning bolt.
It shows how like primitive and less. I was gonna say the R word, but less smart I am than you. It looks like lightning bolt. He's like that. He's like
It's just
that.
like the balls are hitting you on the side.
If you turn it aside instead of upright.
Yeah, so
Oh, it's the end. End.
You know, lightning bolt with a Z.
Yeah, you
I got
baby, go
shot.
that way.
Oh no, it's a lightning bolt. I'm good.
I'm Zeus.
Great.
How did we
Well,
get to Zeus?
yeah, just talking about that moonknight,
Oh,
man.
Khonshu.
Mhm.
We just had one of those blackout times. That
We were
now.
browning out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brown out right now. Start talking about big what happened. But yeah, Moon Knight seems like a great series. The first episode got us intrigued. So maybe the next 5 we'll keep it going. I'm
As a
definitely gonna-
hero, what do you think about Moon Knight? B tier or C tier? I think C tier. Before I mean, depending on how the show goes, so far he's C tier.
like as a comic character, like that's the only time we have anything about
As a
Moon Knight.
character overall. Like how they advertise him, comic characters, like how many people know about him, who's his fans and shit.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah,
C.
see, yeah.
Yeah, C tier, right?
Yeah, I've never even heard of him until you guys mentioned him once.
REV
The only
always
way you
said
got
it,
him into
he
is,
has a-
is
Yeah.
telling you like, oh, he's like white Batman.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh,
I
yeah, I'll
mean,
watch it.
like his most recent comic run's been great, but like unless you're just like a hardcore comic guy, you're not really gonna know
Yeah.
about Moon Knight. Even if you read the comics, I'm pretty sure you weren't into Moon Knight
Yeah.
back then. Like he had a little run in the late '90s when I think the artist was like his name was Stephen Platt, and he just drew like Todd McFarlane. So people were just like drawn to the book because of the art for a while back in the '90s, but that was pretty much it until the recent run. Oh, the one from a few years ago. I've got the writer for that one, but it was just like telling the story of Mark inside of the insane asylum, but it was controlled by the god, the Egyptian god, his god, the Moon Knight.
Oh.
So it was a pretty trippy ass story. So, but yeah, I think it's C tier.
Yeah.
I'll stick with C tier for the
And the
time
only
being.
reason Moon Knight is C tier is because like he looks super cool.
Yeah, that's true. What up? Yeah,
Like white
based off
Spider-Man
what?
with a hood and a cape.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that Mr. Knight fucking outfit is badass though. You know another personality of his. It's
Oh, the
not
one
the
with like the white
The
suit.
suit.
mask and like the gloves and the suit.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah, I
pretty
want to see
badass.
that.
One of that.
Mhm.
So yeah, man, I'm excited to see how this all plays out. Marvel's coming with the hits.
Do you know if Mr. Knight ever went up against Mr. Fix-It?
No, I don't think so.
I would like to see that.
That'll be an interesting matchup.
Yeah.
Grey Hawk. Who knows? Maybe the Grey Hawk will pop up in the Marvel in the MCU.
With Patch.
The Patch, aka Wolverine.
Wolverine with the eye patch. Get it? Patch.
Yeah.
I got a patch in my eye. Hence that name.
I'm not subtle.
Ain't no subtlety here, friend.
Greyhawk's like, yeah, he's not subtle.
Everything's a good time in the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a good one today.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of interesting topics. Moral of the podcast is don't keep your fucking hands to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just words. Sticks and
Mhm.
stones may break my bones, but names will never harm me or hurt me. Whatever the fuck I said.
Words would never hurt me.
Words will never hurt
Yeah.
me. So just remember that, guys. Shit
Yeah.
that we're fucking kids that you guys are forgetting.
Mm-hmm.
Fun tip. Once you lay your hands on somebody else, it opens the door for them to lay their hands on you.
That's
Yes.
true.
The more you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to find a sound for that. Add it in there. And remember, guys, like always, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. And we're just a couple of assholes with some opinions. Thanks for listening. Peace.
Peace, yo. Much love.
Tune in tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.
This is the place. The one who simps for you lives right above us.
Simps, the simplest of prey.
Silence! Remember, leave a message to let them know we mean business.
Of course. I'll leave a message on his bed.
Silence! Excellent. Make sure it's a hot and steamy message. To the Morbius premiere! People just come around your neighborhood without saying hello. So rude. I'm stepping on feces. Ah, what a fun episode. Can't wait to not see that Morbius movie.
That's him.
Now, time to call my secret gay boyfriend before I hit the sack.
I'm the victim in this situation. You deserve this.
Nice. I'm gonna get laid. Two tickets for Morbius, please.
$24, please. Worst Joker ever.
Silence! Don't you know who I am? I heard Morbius sucks. Let's watch Sonic the Hedgehog instead.